Hey guys, how's it going? It's Sky here with another Guardian Tales video. And in today's video, I think it's time we talk about the 1 year anniversary that's going to be coming through to Guardian Tales here soon, probably in about a month from now. I want to talk about how we can prepare for the event and some speculation on what I think is to come from a content perspective. So before we get into this video, if we could get a like on the video, that'd be awesome. Also subscribe to the channel for more Guardian Tales content. And with that out of the way, let's get back to the video here. So the first thing is going to be, how should we prepare for the 1 year anniversary? It's going to be breaking down where you're at in the game. And I think there's 3 different options you could take based on where you're at, like based on what you're doing currently. I think the first one is going to be if you're in the middle of a farm. So I think a lot of you guys are farming characters in the evolutions dungeons, and if you're in the middle of a farm, I think you should finish that farm. It's a common trap in these games to get all distracted by all the stuff going on. If there's something new happening, that you deviate from the farm, or there's this new character you pulled, you want to farm that one instead. I think you just need to stick with your guns, farm that character. There's a reason why you picked that character, and just finish that farm. Next thing is going to be if you just finished one, or you're just thinking about starting one, I would hold off. And the thing I would actually farm instead would be gold. I think this is a really good time to stack up on gold if you're finished with the character. There's no need to start a new one. Just wait and let's see what happens here in Guardian Tales. Let's see what characters are coming through. If there's this meta-defining character on like the level of Future Princess, for example, this might be the time that they actually have one of that level of a character coming through. So I think it's a good idea to just to save, and I think the best way to save and spend your coffee is going to be through the gold dungeon. Then lastly, it's going to be for new players. These are people that are sub the max training room. If you do not have the training room completed, then I think you just need to put your blinders on and just finish your farms. Whatever characters you have that you're actually finishing or currently working on, you need to just keep finishing them and work on this so you can actually have a finished training room, because all this new stuff that's coming out probably doesn't even apply to you anyway. So don't get it distracted. Don't start saving, because also too, you're not even completing enough content to be saving that much stuff anyway. You're not getting further enough in the content. So you need to just be able to push progression, get the characters you have, max those characters out, get that training room. So that's going to be the 3 different directions based on where you're at currently in Guardian Tales and what you should be doing. Next is going to be what resources you should save. And then simply it's just all of them. Just the big one is going to be gems. Just spend a little less on gems. Don't go too ham on gems. Just save them. That means maybe not refreshing as much, not buying costumes in the shop, just any little ways here and there to not spend gems. Next is just going to be saving as much gold as possible, getting as much awakening stones as possible. Just have them all saved. If you're finished, again, if you're trying to finish a farm, just finish them. Don't worry about it. Save the rest. We still have a month. But if you're done with the farm, you're not actively farming a character, then you can really start to double down on saving stuff. You could also even hit the mirror shot or mirror rift if you want to. If I would say that's only reserved for people that don't have their first max limit broken shield for a Future Princess. That would be the only people that I would say to hit the mirror rift on. If I can find her. So like right here, if you don't have one of these fully max limit broken, just one of them, then sure. Especially if you have a Future Princess. But that would be the only people I would say that for. Most people, save the gold, finish your farms, or just keep farming if you're brand new to the game. So now let's talk about some actual speculation here, because I was thinking about the roadmap that they released, and I think this would be a good time to bring that back up and kind of see where they're at based on what they said. They had specific dates on when they would release this content, and a few of these things are not released on time. So, and based on most gacha games, I think they've actually done a great job of actually cranking this content out fast, because based on other games, like Raid is notorious for a roadmap that they came out and they almost didn't do any of it, and it took a whole another year for it to come out. So this one, the fact that they came out with this and then have been releasing stuff for the most part, I think they're going well above and beyond most companies when it comes to stuff like this. The one that I think that's actually could really change the game is going to be the Hero Faith system. And that's something that they delayed on here because it was supposed to be in April. It was supposed to be right after the merch. And I'm kind of glad that they didn't come out with this right after, because I think it would have really upset the player base, because the merch system is a pretty whale intensive a mechanic that is pretty impactful. But to in March come out with the merge system and then in April come out the Hero Faith system, I think that would have been a pretty bad PR way of releasing these 2 forms of hero progression, and it could potentially set people, if you're newer, back way further than they already have been. I'm kind of glad that it got delayed, But if we look at it here, and then the rest of it too, and then there's other stuff I should say before I get into it, but story replay is still not out, and the new guild contents is not out. And the one I'm most excited about is the new guild contents, but I think the one that they're probably going to push out the soonest is going to be the hero face system, because that's probably the most easily monetizable. Kind of like how there's merchandise packs, there's probably going to be hero faith packs. So I could totally see them releasing that content. If there's one rule of thumb when it comes to content in these games, whatever cool idea you come up with, there needs to be a way that they can monetize it. If it can't be monetized, it's not an idea that they will ever implement. Even if it's a good idea, they will never implement it. So that's why I think the merch or the faith system is coming through first. So if we look at what it is, if we need a refresher on this, because this came out a while ago, I want to say about like 4 months ago, but each hero can be faithful up to 5 total gods, and then faith level of a specific god can be raised by gifting a relic to that god to 5 different faith levels. There's a limit in the sum of the combined levels can be reassigned, and then the faith that does not fit the hero will be hard or even impossible to level up. So it looks like there's gonna be rules for this. It's kind of cool. Some of the characters I recognize. You got Pillface here in the middle, and then I see Veronica. I don't recognize the 3 other silhouettes, but if anyone in the comments knows who they are, definitely let us know down, because I think it would be kind of cool to know. Maybe it's obvious, maybe I'm just not seeing it, but Veronica seems pretty obvious. She's the only one with this circle right here, and she's like a massive, like her lore, she's like super into praying to the chosen one, and then her powers come from that person, so it like proves that they actually exist. She's probably going to be, you know, super easy to level up based on that faith or so. Like I think that'd be kind of cool, and they're tying in some kind of canon into this. I think it's a good idea. Hopefully it doesn't break the game. It doesn't make characters without faith super hard to kill or like way stronger than they are now, but hopefully it's reasonable. But at the same time, I think this potentially could be a new part of content that is going to be released with the 1 year anniversary. It's like you have all the hype from the 1 year anniversary, all these new packs coming through, free stuff they're throwing at you, then boom, they hit you with a new piece of content here. So they had all the nice packs that everyone bought. Then they're like, oh, okay, here's new content. Boom, you got to get hit with those packs too. So that's a really common technique that I've seen in these games, that they can do that, where they hit you with the good packs right before they hit you with the new stuff. So you double dip on getting both. So I would just definitely be prepared for that. Hopefully they also bring out the other stuff. I really want this story replay feature. I think one of the best parts of Guardian Tales is going to be is the story. So being able to replay it when people, like myself included, I skipped through a lot of the story. I haven't gone back and replayed it. I'm waiting for this feature to come through so I can easily replay it and understand all of the story, because it took me until halfway through of me like speed running the game to be like, oh, this game's actually like has a good story. This is the one gacha that I've seen with an actual good story. It's crazy. So a lot of other ones I played, the story's pretty trash. So I really want this feature to come back, but that's kind of beside the point on the 1 year anniversary. Mainly, I just wanted to talk about what we should be doing, how we should prepare, and then potentially something else that's coming through that could really shake things up and also cause people to spend a lot of money, but if they're not prepared for it. I'm going to end the video here, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about the 1 year anniversary. Let me know in the comments if you're going to be just be farming like normal, or if you're actually going to be saving for this. I'm really curious to hear kind of the community idea, just kind of get a vibe of what people are doing when it comes to the 1 year anniversary. And with that, guys, I'm out. Peace.